We are now going to have Sara Gill come as our second Ignite speaker, and she will be speaking on career ladders. So welcome, Sara. Thanks for being here. And Sarah's also one of the committee members, so she's really familiar with the conference.
No pressure. Thank you so much, Jessica. And it's so lovely to be here this morning. I've learned a lot in this last couple of days, particularly from this morning's speakers. Lots to think about and lots of kind of aha moments as well. So happy to be here and happy to share a little bit about the work that we're doing. So I'm just going to share a couple of slides with you this morning. So we're talking about career ladders, particularly with healthcare and manufacturing in our region of Hamilton and Brantford and Grand Erie. Excuse me, Niagara and Grand Erie. So as mentioned, my name is Sara Gill. I'm the Executive Director of the Adult Basic Education Association. We're a learning network, and ABEA is the lead on this project with lots of great partners. Our goal with the project is to help people explore local in-demand jobs and the skills and training needed to get those jobs. We want to highlight the critical link between labor market information, skills, and education to help people find and keep sustainable employment with advancement opportunities. At the best of times, job seekers who have barriers to employment are challenged to identify the broad range of job opportunities available to them based on their education, skills, and experience. The 2016 census information shows that across Hamilton, Niagara, and Grand Erie, there are over 215,000 individuals working at C-level jobs requiring a high school diploma and D-level jobs requiring less than high school. Many of these jobs would be classed as entry level. The census information also tells us that individuals at these skill levels are more likely to be unemployed, with over 20% of the workforce being unemployed at the time of the census, compared to the regional workforce as a whole at 7%. In many cases, employees can work toward a mid-level job from an entry-level job if they continue to increase their skills and training. So this was a really critical moment for us to really be able to highlight that. The dream, of course, is to create a system where job seekers have the tools they need to find and keep and advance in a job, creating vacancies for others to follow along the same path. We focused on the healthcare and manufacturing sectors. These sectors are strong in our region, and there were a number of entry-level positions for us to explore in terms of establishing our career pathway models, because they tended to be sectors that are of interest to job seekers in our respective communities. In some cases, these sectors have entry-level positions with quite low unemployment rates, especially in the healthcare sector, signaling high demand. So early in the project, we developed a comprehensive asset map of training opportunities for the sectors. And we focused on foundational skills, so that link to essential skills for success, which is the new term, general training, specific training for the in-demand positions, as well as additional training opportunities that people may need to seek, like CPR, driver's license, health and safety, things of that nature. The project relied on great contributions from our partners that you see on screen right now, from the learning networks and planning boards in the region, as well as from FedCap, who is the service system manager. The career ladder framework can be found by visiting either of the URLs on your screen, and I think Dylan was going to pop something up on your right. There are 4 user pathways: adult educator, employment practitioner, employers, and job seekers. So by entering through one of these audiences, you'll get information on how to use the site from that perspective. And you can also navigate through the pathways directly with the navigation links on the left. So currently this is a Google site. We're hoping to expand it into something a little bit bigger in the future. But right now this is a user-friendly, easy site to get to. On the ABEA Career Ladder page, there's also a short video that tours you around just to get more detail as to how to use it. Now, you're not going to be able to see this visual necessarily in terms of the actual job titles, but I wanted to give you a sense as to what one of these career pathways look like. This is a visual of the healthcare pathway. The black boxes are the in-demand entry-level positions, and the blue boxes are the mid-level jobs. So you can see, although we call it career ladders, there's definitely some lateral opportunities as well, or like I like to say, a little bit of Frogger that happens. So on the site, you can zoom in and out of these to click on each of the jobs for more information, or we actually list them in text links as well, just in case that's easier for people. So each job has links to other job titles, local labor market information, a skills inventory, job postings in the area, and of course, those links to training opportunities. Now, a key component to this work was consultation. We focused on gathering feedback from training providers, job seekers, literacy practitioners, and employers in the region. And these graphics are also on the ABEA Career Ladders page if you want to take a look at them in a bit more detail. Most of the trainers that responded said that trainees lack essential skills to be successful in the training program they offer. So gaps were in communication, numeracy, and digital technology skills primarily. Soft skills were also identified as lacking, such as problem solving, time management, and attention to detail. So this certainly speaks to the importance of essential skills upgrading to ensure successful training outcomes that can lead to employment. So one trainer commented, in my experience, almost every job seeker who enters the program requires both hard and soft skill development to assist with future gainful employment. So the enhancement of their technology and communication skills has proved to be extremely important. We were thrilled with the responses from job seekers about the site. They told us that the career ladders would help them advance their careers, that they could use the tool, that the information about entry-level jobs was really useful, and found the training and education options helpful as well. So that was a big win for us after we did those focus groups. Literacy and basic skills providers are of course the experts when it comes to the development of foundational or essential skills. Literacy practitioners agreed that the skills inventories were comprehensive, and we really sought to highlight the benefits of upgrading skills for training and employment. So that's really an anchor to the site because we really want to support people in gaining the skills they need for the entry-level positions, and of course walk alongside them when they're trying to transition to mid-level jobs as well. Now, we broke down the employer feedback by sector. Almost all of the manufacturing employers that we spoke to agreed that the entry-level jobs chosen were appropriate, and that they agreed that the skills inventories were really great as well. So when asked about the challenges they face when hiring, they cited lack of appropriate skills, work ethic, work schedules, and the number of applicants as the most significant. And as for challenges with retention, they said low wages, rotating shifts, work environment, and attendance play major roles. So I'm guessing that those are messages that that other manufacturing employers would also agree with. Now, healthcare employers agreed that the skills inventory for the entry-level jobs was okay. Almost all of them agreed that the education and training system prepares people for the mid-level jobs, but only about 60% say that the system prepares people for entry-level jobs. So that was a bit of a thinker for us as well. One employer said more co-op would really help high school students because they're not prepared, especially with their reading comprehension and writing skills. So again, it goes back to those foundational essential skills and how we prepare people to be successful, not only in training, but of course in employment as well. So among the top challenges faced when hiring include shifts and part-time hours, as well as competition and lack of workers, as well as low wages, of course, in some cases with the entry-level positions. So what did we learn? The career ladder frameworks are accurate and useful for a number of audiences. So that was a big win for us. Adult educators, employment practitioners, job seekers, and employers that we spoke to. Job seekers and employers think the career ladder frameworks could help people advance in their careers and could help with retention of employees, which is why I was asked to speak on this particular topic this morning. Many employers face when trying to fill entry-level jobs due to factors such as work ethic, flexible work schedule, lack of appropriate skills, and a low number of applicants. And several employers noted that advancement greatly depends on the employee's motivation to apply to other internal positions, their performance and attitude. So from that, I say job seekers need to drive the bus of their career. You know, we hope that this type of tool can assist with planning for both short and longer term employment goals. And we hope it will assist employers have those conversations with their employees about future opportunities and how they can get there. So we really want to, for next steps, we really want to promote this tool. So please visit, please ask us any questions that you have. And we really want to look into a phase 2 to flush out additional sectors to make it really usable. Our hope is to get to 8 to 10 sectors. So thanks so much for allowing me to share a bit about this project, and we'll answer any questions that have come in if there are any.
Thank you so much, Sarah. One of the questions was, what is the next sector that you're thinking of pursuing? Top of the priority, what would the next sector be?
Well, yes. So we're really hoping. So pie in the sky, where everything goes our way. We would love to do an additional 8 sectors. The ones on the top of my list would be construction and retail are the 2 that kind of hit home for me. But yeah, we want to flush it out. Basically, what we've been looking at, and thankfully I've had the assistance of the data analysts from the planning boards help us out, is where are the in-demand entry-level positions? And do they allow for advancement? So those are the sectors that we're really honing in on.
Great, yeah, because I know that LBS is, always thinking about upskilling and things like that. So that's great. Another question, what do you have to help persons with disabilities who learn on different speeds, different methods, and require additional support?
That is an excellent question. Certainly, when we're talking about the literacy and basic skills programs, one of our kind of key demographics is assisting those that identify as having a disability upgrade their skills in whatever goal that they choose. So, I mean, literacy providers across the province do a ton of collaboration. They have a lot of really key supports and resources that they use. They are definitely the gem, a hidden gem in the province, and so there's definitely lots of one-to-one support. But the key here is that any learner coming into a literacy and basic skills program designs with their practitioner an individualized learner plan. So whatever accommodations, supports, targets, etc., that they're thinking about are incorporated into that individual plan.
Fantastic. We have one more question. Were the employers that took part open to the idea of co-ops and experiential learning? It can be difficult to bring employers on board.
Yes, I mean, this is a bit of a chicken and the egg kind of question, because employers that responded to our survey are probably invested in the training of their employees, right? So, as much as we were incredibly jazzed about the feedback that we received from employers, there is that connection there, that they see a value and that they're ready to invest, and that they've probably underwent some of this as well. And we were looking at, for example, healthcare employers that are obviously incredibly invested in the training of their employees because it's a requirement for the work that they're doing. So yes, I completely agree that the idea of co-ops and experiential learning is something that it would be wonderful if all employers were incredibly invested in. But so yeah, absolutely. I think that was a key trend in terms of the feedback that we received.
Great. Thank you so much, Sarah. And thanks to all the people who asked questions. Sarah's information should have been shared on the screen. So hopefully you have her email and also the Career Ladders website. So thank you so much, Sarah.